Well, good morning, you guys. It's Chris from 1StrongHome, and I dropped my kids off at school today, and then I realized I had my slippers on, so I came back to the house to get my boots. And as I'm, excuse me, walking down to the truck, I hear a cow moo, and the cow, which is normal, by the way, but the cow sounded a little closer, and so the cow was on the wrong side of the fence. Eating away, doing his thing, but realized, hey man, this is not my spot. So it's the farm thing, right? You're always running around and trying to fix something, and you're creating plans to build something up and build something new, and then these lovely little guys decide to have an idea of their own, and your morning changes. So anyway, got them all loaded up and done in there, but another reminder, man, check your fence line, right? We had a tree down, a little small snag, but it was enough for them to fiddle around with it and get to the other side. And it's always a thing, right? It's always a fence, it's always something, right? A cowboy out mending his fences, right? There's a reason they talked about that for generations. But excuse me, just running around in the cold catching a dang cow. But, so there's a couple of things we're working on, right? So we're starting our list. Terry and I talked to you about that the other day. And we're going to end up having to do 2 or 3 things all at the same time if we're going to meet this 100-day goal. One of the other things today here, we have a portion of our ravine we're actually going to have fill dirt brought in and fill it up because it's a location we eventually want to put our in-bed garden space, right? So right now we do a lot of our gardening that is in raised beds. We just had a terrible time with it, honestly. We had a couple of great years, and then we use a till technique, or else we till it in there, and it's a pain in the butt to get the tiller into a raised bed. Otherwise, you're doing it all by hand, and when you start getting into stuff that is like that, you just think, man, I got a tractor for a reason. So we're going to fill that in. We're going to use that spot. We're going to put in a lot of wood debris and just fill dirt that, if you're not familiar, wood debris breaks down, creates some heat, right? And that'll actually help with the soils down in there for a number of years. And it's a space, it's about 60 foot long, 25-ish or so wide. And right now it's about 10 feet deep. So it's quite a bit of fill, a little bit of dirt. But it's also local to the rest of our manure producing portion of our farm. And to be able to put a little gate or a fence around that, and it'll get a little bit more sun than where we have right now. So that's our next goal. Also, that's all going to start here so we can get done in 100 days ready to plant April 11th, right? So I guess I get to run around and check fences. It's one more thing on the farm, one more day, and you know how it goes, man. Every time you turn around, it's something to do, especially in this winter. I'm just happy that today it's not pouring down rain if we're going to be doing one more portion of the project. But we'll show you guys soon too what we ended up choosing, what we picked for our fencing material. It's going to be about 430 feet of fencing between 2 sides. We have one portion on the road we haven't finished yet. Most of our farm, the whole back portion of our farm, is like this high tensile wire, right? 3 and barbed wire 4 strand in the very back, and that's what does most of our perimeter fencing in the actual paddocks area that we have for the cows. We have this like no climb. That stuff's crap, by the way. If you can switch plans before you put that stuff up. We had it was great all up until we had goats, and then goats just stand on it and they bend it, and it's a pain in the butt, and it always gets loose, and you're always coming back tightening it up. But it does keep animals mostly in. But if you get the 6-inch square wire stuff like we have, it does not keep small pigs or calves or goats or dogs or cats or anything from going through that fence. So plan accordingly, right? Make sure you're getting the type of product, especially for your property. Our property is not flat, and if you get the welded wire, it does not work on it doesn't stretch and move, right? If you get the wire that has like the slip knots, twisted wire, that will kind of shape to the land a little bit. You can tighten it and kind of bend it up, and it'll work too. So as you guys are progressing in your dreams, make sure you're choosing the right product for works for you. But for us, I think the perimeter fence is really the big thing, because we are going to utilize temporary fencing in the actual field. So we need the perimeter fence to protect in case they get through, right? We don't need them going and chomping the neighbor's stuff. But everything inside, we're actually going to use a step-in electrical wire, plastic rods, and move those every couple of days. We think that there's a there's enough growth in our area here for the brush and the grasses that we can really supplement our cattle feed with that. So anyways, I've been reading a couple of great books. I'll share those down there in the link, so you can see what we're doing too and incorporating our property here. We're really starting with the soils, and once you start the soils, you collect more energy from the sun, and that gives energy to your animals, which eventually give energy to my belly. So anyways, guys, again, don't forget to link, subscribe. Have more content coming in here pretty soon. You'll see some of the other projects we're working on. Firewood, the new firewood shed in the back, right? And just the things that are cleaning up our property so our life gets simpler, easier, because we're all busy, right? Have a great one. I'll talk to y'all soon.